The final score is head coach Scott Nagy here joins us here post-game as Coach Nagy's comments are always brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. CMC Mitchell Law, Lance Brown, and Matthew Caraway cheering and fighting for Southern Illinois. Coach, congratulations. Starting the new year off right here in 2026, getting the win against Valpo. Man, how big was really that burst of energy heading into halftime for you guys to end the first half with just such great enthusiasm and got really this place rocking?
But we got to grow up. We do. We don't know how to handle success. We had success in the second half, and then we didn't handle that well. And we let them back in the game. We just have got to grow up. There's no reason for us to be down there getting a technical. And it was deserved. We have got to grow up and have some maturity to us. We don't know how to win yet, and that to me that's proof of it right there. And I'm frustrated by it. It's a dirty, ugly game that we shoot 40%, they shoot 31%. It's just an ugly, grimy game, and I'm glad we won. We have to shoot free throws better. This is nuts. We shot 13 more free throws than them, and we barely won the game. We made one more free throw than them. At some point, we've got to have people step to the line and make free throws when we need them made. And this game shouldn't have been close. It just shouldn't have been close.
I know you got behind early, but still you go on a stretch where I think it was 12 straight possessions holding Valpo without any points to get stops to really ultimately get you guys in it and got the crowd into the game.
Was that the first half?
Yes, the first half.
15 in a row.
Yeah, they're probably the mid 15 minutes there. All we did was put them on the free throw line. They scored 7 points by putting the ball in the basket, and then I think they had 11 points off the free throw line. We just got it. We've got to guard. We're a mess right now. We are. We're all over the map. We just have got to grow up and have some maturity to us. And it's nice when you can win, and we'll still be able to go back to this and really dig into the guys because this game should have been won by more than that. And so we need to take a look at that. It's a really good chance to learn when you win.
Well, you guys learned from the opening part. Coach, we love this crowd. This promotion kind of blows me away. People are so excited about balloons, and whatever it takes, we'll take it, right?
Yes.
Whatever.
No,
and what a great crowd. But
yep.
How do you think that might have – you talk about maturity, and it comes with it. When you don't play in front of big crowds a lot, you start the game off with 4 of your first 9 shots from 3, and you get down. Do you think that kind of – I'm not going to say spooked your team, but do you think the energy affected them at all?
Well, it can. I've seen it work against you where, like, your adrenaline, and then all of a sudden you have nothing when the game starts. I told you, I coached a game one time where we started out 20-0 at home in a huge game. And 20-0, our guys were as flat as they could be. A state rivalry, and I've seen it where, like, the crowds, you get out there and you warm up and you're all excited. Game starts and you don't have any energy.
Let's hope we see it again in the next home game, right?
Well, and if you want respect, you earn it. Like, people just don't just give you respect. Officials don't give you respect. Fans don't give you respect. You have to earn it, and that's what we're trying to get our guys to understand. And if we want people to come watch us play, then we need to win.
I know it's an area that you watch with your team closely, Coach, which is that rebounding. And today Valpo wins at 47-43, but what an effort by Rollins on the board, gives you 12. I mean, he was a big factor in why you guys were able to get some second chance opportunities in the game. Yeah,
he was physical. He let them catch the ball too many times in the paint, just too deep. Just count on the fact that their post players aren't super skilled, and so instead of working hard, not letting them catch the ball, he let them catch it way too deep. But we'll definitely take the 12 rebounds from him.
Did that lead into having Max on the floor for defensive assignments late?
Yeah, well, it's easier to switch with Max because he can guard just about anybody on the perimeter, and so we can play him at the 4 and we can switch with guards with him.
Coach, I continue to talk to Luke when we do our podcasts about it's not just you, but it's especially you. Roger Powell does it. Ryan Miller does it. How you guys can play and have confidence in your bench. And tonight, the bench was clearly the difference in this game.
Yeah, look at the plus minuses. When you look at our team, it's all the bench.
Hey, man, my mortgage has been on the line in those decisions, and I trust about 7 dudes. And when it comes to my health insurance and my mortgage, how do you do that?
Well, I generally haven't done that. I've always been about 7 guys. Most of my NCAA teams were 7 guys that I played and trusted. But with this team, we've seen time and time again, it's another reason why we wanted to put Davion back on the bench, because he was playing so well coming off the bench, and we made that switch this game, and here he is. He gave us such a lift when he came in the game.
I said at halftime, it just seems like it's obvious that he's a good player. He's a starter. So Roger talked about having 7 starters. You've said about him, but it became very obvious that, frankly, he was just better than their subs.
Yeah.
And he's just so productive.
And he should be. He's a senior, and he's got a lot of college experience, and he's been in our program a year, and so he's got all kinds of things working for him. He gave us a huge lift today. I thought Jalen was a lot better today. He's still there's some things he's got to clean up, but I thought his energy was better today too.
I'm sorry, you made a challenge which I fully agreed with. I had an angle where I felt like the ball was tipped out of Drew on the pocket pass. The challenge didn't go our way. I think it's a technology issue. Did you see it yourself, or did you get intel from somebody?
No, what Drew just said, Coach, there's no way it was off them, but I maybe would have called a timeout then anyway, just to get our defense set. And so I just, what the heck?
It cost me.
Yeah, it cost me a timeout, but it only cost me a 30, and we had plenty of time to sit there and talk with our guys.
And you had 2 left, but I saw it. And you played college basketball. I played as a young kid, but I just felt like the thing. Well, I thought it was a really good challenge in that game. Where do you lean on to get your challenges throughout the season? Who do you go with? Players, coaches, yourself, everybody?
Well, I mean, when you go back to Murray State game, I just went to what I saw.
Yeah.
And so on that one I went, and it was really close. It just is, you have the guys that made the call also deciding whether it was the right call or not. They can't call back to New York and say, what was the call?
Yeah,
and so, and I'm not. If it's close, they can't overturn it, and so I get that. But and you can burn one in the first half, and you just lose because you're going to lose a timeout anyway. And if you think you're right, you just go for it.
Coach, one of the areas that you said you wanted to close this game out a little bit better than you did, but when your offense was a little bit staggering late, thought Jalen's shot at the end of the shot clock right around the 4-minute mark was huge.
We just can't. We've really struggled with our motion just to get guys to move the basketball. It's like every single guy wants to make a play, every single catch, and the ball has to move. And so we've gone to some a little bit different offense here late. And still, like, they know it's supposed to be swung a couple times and moved, and yet it's like we just can't get to it. They think they got to make a play on every play. And we're trying to get them to calm down.
Yeah, it may not necessarily be.
Yeah, but that was a big play, and obviously the shot Mayo hit was the biggest one of the game.
Yeah, I was about to just say that. He didn't have a shot made until that point, and, man, that was just a massive shot.
I mean, he's the guy we've been leaning on all year, and he did it there.
No question. Coach, what do you want to be just in terms of the biggest things you'd like to see your team carry over as you now re-hit the road again?
Well, I can't stand to see us get beat on the glass. That bothers me. Gave up 14 offensive rebounds. Now, we guarded 31%, so that's a lot of missed shots. And so, you don't want to look at the numbers as much as you want to look at the percentage. But that percentage is not as high as it needs to be. Like, we want to be able to get 80% of our defense rebounds and 40% of our misses. And sometimes we're close at today, we weren't. And so, we've got to do a better job. We've got to be more physical. We've got to chase the ball harder. I don't feel like our defense was great. A lot of fouling. We have to be able to guard without fouling, put people on the free throw line.
When you add the numbers up, you'll see that you guys held them to 38% shooting inside 2, and that's a really good number. The problem is the 14 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and they didn't have a ton at halftime, but we gave up way too many in the second half.
Remember, before I mind farted there on you, Coach, one of the things I wanted to ask you was, we could tell the energy level was really good with Isaiah, especially there in the first half. I know the late free throws, he's really going to be frustrated. He couldn't capitalize on those, but can today be a building block for him?
I think it can help him. I think it can be a jump start for him. He knows that, it's an emotional game for him and them, and I get it. I mean, I just do. Like when we play Bradley and even though Alex didn't play here, he played for me at Wright State. When you have that connection, all the calls, all the stuff, that there's just a little more to it.
Well, I don't think there's a better way to celebrate than a win here on New Year's Day. The environment was outstanding.
Great.
And then you got Barkley to go home to.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's the deal on changing the dog's name? I heard the name at first. Now there's a name change. You can't change your dog's name in midstream.
My wife can do whatever she wants.
There you go. Good answer. Mine can too.
I think he was at the game today. Either that or he was in my office. So
I know we talked about it briefly, but I want I want to clearly ask you a question about it. Thought the atmosphere today,
Great.
the spotlights pregame, the lights going up, the energy level in the building. Man, it was just awesome to feel that today, Coach Nagy.
It was great. I just want to give them more to cheer about and not just be so, because like everybody walks away from this just clenched, and like you need a massage after this game. And I just feel like we had a chance to really move this thing if we make free throws and play a little bit better defensively. If we rebound the ball and make free throws, we could have done a lot better job. And so that we need to clean that up. We just do. We can't. And what am I going to say about free throws in terms of, everybody knows already. It's not like I can say something magical. Oh, we'll make free throws.
I think the Brad is magical. You got one guy heading in the right direction. That Brad thing that you were telling some high point.
Back rim and down.
Man.
Yeah, it's helped Prince for sure.
Woo.
But we're not going to be able to win consistently unless we can shoot free throws better.
Yeah.
We have to capitalize on that because we're going to get to the free throw line because we don't shoot a ton of threes.
Coach, appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Good win, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Once again, that was